evening, you're watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman Television. First, the headlines. With the Sultanate's participation, Asia for Cooperation and Dialogue Conference is held in New York. The UN envoy for Yemen reveals to the Sultanate of Oman Radio and Television a new plan to support the humanitarian situation in Yemen. And a Russian submarine in the Mediterranean Sea fires cruise missiles at militant positions in northwestern Syria. Those were the headlines, and now for the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos has sent a cable of greetings to the custodian of the two holy mosques, King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud of Saudi Arabia, on the occasion of the kingdom's National Day. The Sultanate participated in the conference Asia for Cooperation and Dialogue, which was held in the conference hall at United Nations Organization. The conference aimed to open cooperation aspects to develop the economic opportunities in the fields of energy and sustainable development. The Sultanate delegation was headed by His Excellency Yusuf bin Alawi bin Abdullah, the Minister responsible for Foreign Affairs. Discussing the developments in Yemen for a peaceful solution of the Yemeni issue topped the meeting of His Excellency Yusuf bin Alawi bin Abdullah, the Minister responsible for Foreign Affairs, and the UN Envoy for Yemen, Ismail Welde Sheikh Ahmed. The meeting held in New York came within the UN initiatives in cooperation with the Sultanate and the conflicting parties in Yemen. The UN envoy for Yemen, Ismail Welde Sheikh Ahmed, revealed to the Sultanate of Oman Radio and Television a new plan to support the humanitarian situation in Yemen, which includes reopening Sana'a Airport and Hodeidah Port, stopping the fighting and paying salaries to employees. He added that efforts are being exerted by the international community to contain the cholera epidemic in Yemen. His Excellency Yusuf bin Alawi bin Abdullah, the Minister responsible for Foreign Affairs, held a discussion session with the UN envoy for Syria, Walid al-Muallim. During the meeting, they reviewed the relations between the two countries and exchanged points of view on a number of international and regional issues. His Excellency, the Minister responsible for Foreign Affairs, also met with Dr. Riyad Hijab, General Coordinator for the Supreme Commission for Negotiations in Syria, to discuss the current situation of the Syrian issues. His Excellency, the Minister responsible for Foreign Affairs, also met the Sultanate's mission headquarters in New York with the UN envoy for Libya, Ghassan Salama. During the meeting, they discussed the latest developments in Libya, as well as they stressed the importance of re-establishing the country. His Excellency Yusuf bin Alawi bin Abdullah met with Her Excellency Amina Mohammed, Secretary of the Council of Ministers for Foreign Affairs in Kenya. During the meeting, they discussed cooperation and investment opportunities in the economic field. They also reviewed the joint opportunities between the two countries and ways of enhancing them. His Excellency Yusuf bin Alawi bin Abdullah also met with His Excellency Nikola Dimitrov, Foreign Minister of Macedonia. The meeting focused on the economic fields and mechanism of building partnership between the investors of the Sultanate and Macedonia sides. His Excellency Yusuf bin Alawi bin Abdullah, the Minister responsible for Foreign Affairs, received His Excellency Nasser bin Abdulaziz Al Nasser, High Representative for the United Nations Alliance of Civilizations. The meeting focused on the importance of the organization's role in building bridges of understanding between civilizations and enhancing the tolerance values and respecting the others in light of the current challenges in the region. Still to come in our news bulletin. The Turkish Coast Guard said a fishing boat carrying migrants sank off Turkey's coast in the Black Sea. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman Television. Upon the royal directives of His Majesty Sultan Qaboos, a mosque at Mazizini, Zanzibar is built, which has become the latest landmark in the country. Here is a report by Abdullah bin Ahmed Al-Rubai.
From the capital of Zanzibar, where a grand religious ceremony of inaugurating the newly built Zanzibar Mosque is due to take place. The opening of this mosque at Mazizini, Zanzibar, which is built in an area of 15,200 square meters, has been established upon the royal directives of His Majesty Sultan Qaboos. This mosque is regarded as the latest landmark in Zanzibar. The mosque is considered an architectural model that play a great role in spreading Islamic message and to be a civilization and culture center that brings love harmoniously.
I'm so happy to see this great religious project, Jamia Zanzibar, which is being established by Oman. I believe this great mosque will boost the relationship between two sides, people of Zanzibar and people of Oman. Thank you to Oman.
The mosque's main prayer hall accommodates over 1,300 worshippers, and the outside prayer hall can accommodate another 250 worshippers, while female prayer hall accommodates 300 worshippers. The mosque includes two minarets of 25 meters and 16 meters high.
The mosque is unique and beautiful, as it is combines the Zanzibar architectural and Oman. No doubt that the mosque is one of the landmarks in Zanzibar, and I believe it will boost the brotherly relationship between Oman and Zanzibar.
Beside its religious role, the mosque provides an opportunity for researchers and learners to study various Islamic culture through its library, which includes books of various fields in addition to two classrooms, language laboratory, as well as IT and multi-purpose hall. The Zanzibar Mosque, with a built-in area of 3,600 square meters, has a unique design that combines modern and ancient Islamic architecture, which reflects the marvelous workmanship of Omani Arabs and Zanzibar. Abdullah bin Ahmed Al-Rubai, Sultanate of Oman Television, Zanzibar.
Oman oil price November delivery reached $55.60 per barrel. According to Dubai Mercantile Exchange, Oman oil price increased by 42 cents. The average price of Oman oil October delivery reached $50.39 per barrel, thus $2.76 higher than the price of September delivery. A Russian submarine in the Mediterranean Sea fired cruise missiles at militant positions in northwestern Syria today. The Russian Defense Ministry said the missile strike from the Veliki Novgorod submarine targeted militants, ammunition depots and fortifications in Syria's Idlib province, which is dominated by the Al-Qaeda-linked Levant Liberation Committee. Moscow said the missiles destroyed command centers and a training base of the militants who attacked members of the Russian military police in Hama province earlier this week. 3 Russians were wounded after the militants surrounded 29 Russian military officers deployed outside of Idlib and kept attacking them for several hours. The Russian troops repelled with the attack with the help of local tribes. The Iraqi Federal Police released footage of its officers fighting west of Hawija to clear villages of Daesh group control. The police claim to have liberated 140 kilometers of territory from the militants, including 15 villages north of Al-Shirqat, killing 130 militants and destroying 11 car bombs, as well as 13 armed vehicles. Plans to retake the town of Hawija have been complicated by political wrangling among Iraq's disparate security forces. The town and the governorate are disputed between Baghdad and the northern Kurdish autonomous region, where a referendum on independence is scheduled to take place next week. The Turkish Coast Guard said a fishing boat carrying migrants sank off Turkey's coast in the Black Sea early today, killing at least 15 and leaving others missing. At least 38 migrants have been rescued so far by coast guards and boats and commercial ships. The fishing vessels sank just before dawn off the coast of Kefken, about 200 kilometers east of Istanbul. There was no information on the nationalities of the migrants or where they were heading to. Migrants, however, are increasingly trying to cross the Black Sea from Turkey to reach Romania. Ambulances and medical teams were sent to the port of Kefken. The Coast Guard said its plane, a helicopter, 3 vessels, as well as 5 commercial ships had joined the search and rescue efforts. And now for the general weather forecast around the Sultanate. Partly cloudy skies will prevail over the coastal areas of the Governorate of Dhofar and its nearby mountains, with chances of intermittent drizzle. Rest of the Sultanate will have clear skies with chances of scattered rainfall over the Hajar Mountains. Winds will be southerly to southeasterly light to moderate. Seas will be slight with a maximum wave height of 1 meter. This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. With the Sultanate's participation, Asia for Cooperation and Dialogue Conference is held in New York. The UN envoy for Yemen reveals to the Sultanate of Oman radio and television a new plan to support the humanitarian situation in Yemen. And Russian submarine in the Mediterranean Sea fires cruise missiles at militant positions in northwestern Syria. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the newsroom and the studios, it's good night.